Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. It's Kathy here, your fellow history keeper, and we are diving into a brand new layout today. Now, you know me, I absolutely love to layer it up and all the elements and just keep building. But today we're having a fun twist. We're tackling this month's Iron Crafter Challenge, and our secret ingredient is rub-ons. I'm going to show you how I build up my signature layers and weave these gorgeous transfers right into the design and make everything pop. Before we get the glue flowing, however, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up and join our crafty community. Kathy loves to scrap. Let's get to scrapping. For today's challenge, Tara has given us rub-ons. So I'm going to use the Vicky Bouton Irresistibles here. And I'm going to just cut out the one that says beautiful day repetitively over. And I'm also going to add a corner because as you saw at the very beginning, I have got all of these cut files that I have created. And I'm going to actually put on 5 photos, people, 5 photos on this layout. So I'm going to first of all add my rub-ons, and that's going to require a bit of placement and thought because you saw that I marked out where my cut files that I have already backed are going to sit and my photos that I've already prepared for the layout. Now that took me a long time to do that cut file, I have to admit. So I did do that off screen ready for today's layout because in Iron Crafter the challenge is to use the rub-ons, and that's what I wanted to focus on for this video. So here I am putting my first one down, and these are white, and I'm going white on white. I am using a Vicky Bouton paper here, her one of her, I don't know, watercolor papers that you can work with so that you can do your mixed media on. And foundations paper is the word I was looking for, sorry about that. And I am just making sure that all of the transfer of the rub-on happens so that I don't have bits missing, because that would be silly. And it is white on white, yes, I know. But the beauty of these irresistibles, if you've never used, did you see what I just did then? I tried to put it onto the backing sheet. You're actually supposed to lift that bit like back piece off and then rub it down. The beauty of these irresistibles is that they're resistible to ink, which is great. So you can use any color over the top. You can make them just relevant to your project. So by putting them where you want them, you then ink over the top and remove the top layer, and they come through white with the coloring in the background, and we're going to do that in a second. So I've put 2 down for this one down in the bottom left hand corner, 1 in the top right hand corner. And what I'm going to use is I'm going to use some fossilized amber and some wild honey just to give some autumny feel to the layout. The photos were of myself out in the local area walking this past autumn when the leaves were starting to fall, and I wanted to capture the leaves falling, and my daughter was having some fun with me and we were throwing the leaves and capturing them as they fell. But the avenue that we do the walk through is just beautiful with the trees, so that's why I wanted to put these on this layout here. So as you can see, I've just put them around all the spacing as marked by having the cutouts beforehand. And now I'm just going to add some water to have the distress inks react. And I've removed them there. And you can just see down in the bottom left-hand corner a bit of those white lift-offs with the dots. But you do see it in the close-ups where the water has been lifted with resist. But then I am cleaning up that bottom irresistible. Oh my gosh, words would be good, Kathy. And that's now revealed through the top and the bottom. Now you can see the top really, really well. You can't see the bottom, but in the close-ups you will see it really well. There's my avenue of trees. Isn't it just beautiful? And the clear blue sky really picked up against that lovely orange and yellowy tree landscape, which is, you know, just spectacular. And as I said, you can see the back here where I've backed that cut file of so many different pieces, and I have used up a lot of scraps on that, which is a bonus. I then put the 3 photos in there, and they're photos of me walking away and then turning and my daughter capturing me because she called out to me. So that's you know, just like an autumn walk, an afternoon walk. Now I do have that white piece around the camera, and that's okay because we're going to add more rub-ons. And rub-ons, as I said, were the crafter challenge. Tara every month gives us a challenge, and I don't use rub-ons very often. So this was a good challenge for me to get them out and use them, because I do have them. I don't have many, but I do have some. And I really do need to get in the habit of using them because they do look really good, I have to admit, when you put them down onto the layout. So just like that little bit of extra. I like the detail that it adds in, and it is like a space filler, which works perfectly when you're creating your own background, which I am today. I'm just making sure that it's lifting, and that's tucking in behind that cut file. I actually went into Cricut Design Space and layered this cut file up myself. So I looked for the camera, I looked for the Instax photo frames, and then I built it together and welded it, and that's how it's come out. And I'm pretty excited that I was able to do that. And I thought it was great for just the frivolity of the fact that, capturing a walk and on the camera, and it's, a series of photos. So have fun with your cut files as well. It's I've finally hooked my maker up into a working place where I don't have to pull it out every time I can use it. So now I can just use it when I want to, and you watch out because now I'll be using it a lot. Now I have got a mix of these yellowy brownie rub-ons. They were a 49 Market one. I'm not sure from what series, but I do have the yellows and I do have the reds. I have a green and I do have a black as well somewhere. And so I thought they would be perfect for this layout. So I'm just cutting out the pieces that I think will sit in nicely, and that's the beauty of it. You just cut out what you want to use, and then that way you're not wasting the whole rub-on. You're just taking what you need at the time that you need it, and then you put the rest away and they stay fresh and usable, ready for the next time. Now I'm going to drag in some of the red as well because I just want to have that contrast, and I'm just going to put this one down the side where there's a big gap over near the edge of the film strip, and I like how that's going to look. I'm just going to put in a few little red splotches around as well, just to balance out the yellow and fill in some of that white space, because I can't cope with white space on a layout. I'm not actually going to put a title on it because I've got the irresistible down the bottom that says beautiful day in repetition. That's really going to be my title. That's, I feel, is enough, and I will go back in and do some more mixed media in a moment, and you'll see that. So these rub-ons, as I said, are just magic. They just go on so nice. I mean, Tara and that use them all the time, and I watch them use it all the time and think I really need to get into the habit of using them. So thanks, Tara, for encouraging us to use it this month. It really does take me out of my comfort zone and put me into mixed media mode, and I really loving how it's turning out. Like, they're just that little subtle extra to your backgrounds, and I really do need to remember to use them. So I might put them on my desk in a visual spot so I can remember that they're there. So just adding in the last couple. This does take a long time to do, and I have sped it up quite a lot actually. I think I'm at 5 times the speed because I don't normally put it up that fast, and imagine if we could scrap like that. That would be amazing. So there we go. I've put in all my extra pieces of rub-on, so I think I've covered rub-ons nicely for this this month. I'm just going back over now with the fossilized amber, and I'm just putting that onto the layout into that white space that was still there. Now I'm still not liking it. I still think there's too much white space for me there, so I've gone and got the spice marmalade and a stencil, and I'm just going to add a few places around with this stencil. It looks like a a bit of a granity type of thing, so it gives a bit of a speckled background, which works perfectly for all that spare white space, but it just ties in nicely with the theme of the layout, I think. And I just love how this has come out. It's just really effective. When I first showed it to my daughter, she was like, oh, that's a bit plain for you, Mum. And then when I showed her the finished product, she was like, oh wow, that's so much better. She was not thinking that it was going to turn out as well. You can see there the difference between the colour by adding on the ink as to the white. So I like how this has come across. Now I'm going to add in these butterflies, and I'm not sure where I'm going to put it. And I first glue this big one down, which creates a bit of a problem, but that's okay. I cover it up with black pen in a minute, and you'll see that, because it doesn't allow me to set up the triangle quite easily. So I do need to manipulate a little bit. So I drag that one away, take the big one off there, that leaves that spot there, and I do need to use a black marker there to cover it up. And then I put the other butterfly into the triangle. So now I have got the triangle, the visual triangle, dragging your eye around, and I'm just tidied that up with a bit of a black marker. I'm using my white pen here to highlight the main parts of the cut file, and that's just zhuzhing it a little bit. And I really love how this has come out. It just looks really effective. It's like a confetti of photos on the paper, like the confetti of leaves falling when they fall from the tree. So, you know, the visual imagery that all creates. I'm just going to put in some faux stitching around the outside to finish off my borders. You know, I love a good border. I want it to be a polished piece, and that's going to just finish it off for me. What do you do to finish off your layouts? Do you include a border? Do you leave them flat? Come on, guys, let's get communicating through the comments down below and sharing ideas. You know, it's really good if we can all interact with each other, and you know that if you leave me a comment, I'm going to get back to you. And I really do appreciate learning from new people. And so when you give me your ideas, I do take them on board, and I do try to apply them. So how do you finish off your page? Do you leave it with a border? Do you have a frame? Do you have it flat? I'm really curious to find out what other people do with theirs. I know that for me, I really like to have my framing or my border done so that the page feels finished. Just put in the date there. That's the only journaling I'm going to add in. This will go into my album. It's my personal album about things I like. I like how it's turned out. I love the colors. It's just beautiful. I'm going to add in my sets of 3 pops of color here. They are black this time. I'm using black just to pull in the black with the cut file. I really do like the black cut file, I must admit. A pop of black on a layout just looks great. It really, really does. It looks professional. So there you go, guys. I love how this has turned out. What do you think? Hit, miss, good one? You know, could have done some more. What do you think? Is it hit or a miss? Is it a Kathy loves the scrap, lay it up enough for you guys? I'm loving it. What do you think about that cut file? Pretty cool, hey? So leave me a comment down below. I really, really will get back to you as soon as possible. Let me know how you use rub-ons. That's a great one. How do you use rub-ons, and what do you use them for? So there is a playlist linked below for all the people with Ironcrafter this month. Go and check them all out and leave everybody a bit of love. Really appreciate all the new subscribers, and if you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button now. It really is pushing my channel out there, and I am so appreciative of everything that you do as a community to support me. So that's it for today. Keep scrapping, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.